Beinn Ghlò, known as the Mountain of the Mist in Gaelic, is a mountain massif near Braigh, situated within the Cairngorms National Park. It consists of 3 distinct Munros connected by a high altitude ridge. The circular route covers a distance of 14 miles or 22 kilometres. It takes approximately 7 to 9 hours to complete during summer conditions and between 9 to 11 in winter, with a total ascent of 1,240 metres. So as you leave the car park, if you look immediately to your right hand side, you'll come across this gate section just by the sign for Munro Farm. The gate itself, the small gate, the lock was frozen over this morning and it was compacted with snow, so I had to go through the main gate and secure it. And then you've got a bit of a hike up the track to get to where we are now. Now normally, if you see this section here, you'll actually see quite a clear 4x4 sort of track which leads you up to the shooting hut. Obviously that's covered over snow, but we'll be heading up that in a second. And you can see right over there, that's going to be our first Munro for the day, Càrn. And right at this, yet again, this wee junction point, that track going down there, that's going to be our return path along the estate track. So what we'll do, we'll head along to the shooting hut, and I'll show you something else when we get there. So where I'm standing at the moment, by the shooting hut, if it wasn't for the heavy snow, you've got this lovely flat area of grass around here. I've pitched here before in the past, and if you go a little bit further along the track, which we just came off, there is a runoff of water, but you will need a filter for that one. So as you can see, the sun's starting to come up. We're probably just going about maybe 8 o'clock this morning. Clear visibility, as you can see, on the first Munro. According to the forecast, despite obviously the severe weather that we've been having, the wind level's quite low and it's meant to be sun for a good part of the day. Now we'll just see how we get on with doing these Munros. It's all going to be determined about how hard going it is underfoot with the snow. One of the reasons I chose this one, the weather conditions are slightly better in this area, and when you get to the Beinn between the Munros, there are actually bypass paths that you can take to get back down to the main estate track. Always something to bear in mind when out at this time of year, or any really time of year I suppose, is have an escape route if required. It's something you should always try and factor in when doing these sort of hikes. Anyway, so we'll push on. The track itself, it leads up to Càrn, it's literally, you just walk maybe 20 feet or so from where the shooting hut is, and you should pick it up. At the moment, there's people who've been on this trail probably yesterday, so I can see a little bit of it. My bigger concern is probably when we get to the plateau, because I expect that's where the snow will be the heaviest, but we'll see. Well, I was hopeful that the snow wouldn't be this thick on the rise to the summit, but I'm only just getting towards the base and it is heavy. Yeah, usually this section, there's a nice clear path which is maintained by the estate. I do believe some of the fees that you pay for the car park goes towards it. Normally this area is really boggy, but there's a lot of stepping stones and things like that to sort of aid you across it. But anyway, wonderful conditions if it wasn't so hard going. We'll push on. It should take us about a couple of hours, maybe longer, to get to the top of the first summit. So that last section, just as you get up to the base of the Munro, it was really deep. That was going well past my thighs at points coming up. Yeah, but now I'm finally on. You can actually see a track now, because if it had been like that all the way to the top, I think I would have been just saying one Munro for the day. But we're going to persevere and keep going and see how much we can actually get done. It seems a waste not to try our best today when got some beautiful weather conditions that we have. Oh, sinking into the snowball trying to film, ideal. And from here, it's straight up. Any signs of the path are now well gone under snow. So that might not look like it's particularly steep, but snow is deep, and I imagine it's going to take me a wee bit of time to get up there. Oh, finally here. Now, as you come up, there are some sort of small cairns along the way to guide you up to the summit. The first one you'll come to, which sticks out the most, is the trig point. Now, the trig point itself isn't actually the summit, it's just beyond where I'm at the moment, a few metres away. Going along this circular trail that we're doing today, it's going to be like that. There's going to be quite a few false summits. The time now is going on just after 10:30. I'd hoped to be up here a bit earlier than this, but as you can probably see, it has been hard going. Temperature wise, it says it's about -18. Certainly noticing it with the camera gear. It's certainly taking effect on the batteries, but myself, I'm actually quite warm, and intend to keep that way by keep moving and try and make up some time now we're on the summit. So we'll get the drone up and see if we can get some nice views for you. So we've just come down to the summit. I'm going to be trying to approach our second Munro for the day. So I'm going to try and point this out as best I can. So we're coming down the hill and we're going along basically this spine or arete. And then once we get to roughly about here, we've got quite a drop before we go back up to our second Munro. And once we come down from there, following all the way along, and you can just see a third Munro for the day over there. So before arriving at the car park, already walked in from Blair Athol, so that's about 3 miles. And once I get this trail finished today, or as much as I can do, you know, I've still got another 3 mile hike back. So all in all, the trail itself for the circuit, I think just over 13 miles. So 19 miles, pretty taxing day for these sort of weather conditions. Though I've done similar in the past, you know, the snow's not as been as deep. And that is going to be a massive factor today. When I go across the spine section, at the moment I can see a path and I can use it. But it does look like it's deep snow. And yeah, I know that's taxing and I'm feeling it on my legs already. So I've just come down to the Beinn. At this section, if you want to call it a day and come off the mountains, you can take that wee sort of gully that leads you down to the state path, just where I showed you in the footage just a few seconds ago. I'm going to head up here. Can't really see much of the path, but it doesn't look as heavy as snow. So I'm going to at least attempt to do the second Munro, and we'll take things from there. So if you look below, you're going to see these tracks here. I'm just wondering if they're from wildcats, because I've seen the deer tracks. There's no other humans up here walking with their dogs. I've not seen any human prints since I left Càrn. So yeah, drop a comment down below if you know what they are. Well, the sun has officially gone and we're starting to go into the clag now. I like to think I'm getting closer towards the summit, but no way of knowing, can't see without getting my GPS out. From that, one or the other. Oh. So coming up, it's not been too bad. It's actually been an easier climb than the first one. As long as you can roughly find the path. I've been fortunate, I've had a little help all on the route. I've been following them small tracks and this seems to be following the path up. So even when I can't see the path, little paws have been helping out. Anyway, I'm going to push on towards the next summit, and I think I'm going to have to listen to my body and probably call it a day once we get to the second one. I'm going to head down to the bypass from there, because at the moment you're not going to see anything, and sometimes you just got to listen to your body. You need to be smart when you're out here. Here we are at our second summit of the day. Probably not as grand a looking summit as some of the others. Oh, so this one's 1,070 metres. I mean, ideally, obviously, we're going to head off to our third Munro, which would have been the high point and the highest summit. But that's not looking like that's going to happen. So I'm going to get myself some tea, get the energy on the go, and then I'm going to head down to the bypass and sort of get back onto the estate track. It's going on 1 o'clock. It's going to take me about 3 hours to come down off the mountain at least. Up here, honestly, other than the occasional deer I've seen, There's no other walkers out, and to be honest, that doesn't surprise me. Beautiful though, so peaceful. So we're starting to come down the bypass. I'll show you in a few seconds what it looks like. Now I've decided to come down on the right side of the stream that goes down this gully. Because previously, when I walked this section, it was massively boggy. And they do say as soon as you can go onto the right hand side and pick up the trail path, the better. Now the plan was to do that today, stick to the normal path as much as it is. It's not a good path anyway, you'll barely find it. It's intermittent for most parts. But looking at the snow on the other side, it really doesn't make any difference which side I actually go down. It's thick regardless. I'm glad now I've made that decision to come down off the mountain, because at least as soon as I get down into the ravine, hopefully I'll be able to pick up the path soon and make up some time. It's starting to snow a little bit. It's not overly heavy, which I'm thankful for, but it's just very slow progress. Anyway, I'll spin you around so you can see what the ravine looks like. So we finally managed to get onto a stalker's path, and the snow is, well, very deep, but at least under the foot there's no bog or anything like that. And I've had two occasions coming down that other side. I mean, both sides are notoriously bad. They've been boggy. My foot went right in, and if you ever find yourself in that scenario when your foot goes down, it's thick snow, you initially try and pull your leg out and it doesn't come out. Don't panic, right? It's probably one of the worst things you could do, because you've got two options sometimes. You can try and remove some of the snow and pull your leg out. The other alternative sometimes is actually just pull yourself forward. Just depends how trapped your leg is. But anyway, we're slowly making progress. At least now I know under the snow I'm not going to be going in any bogs. So we'll hopefully get onto a better estate path once we get a bit further down this ravine. So just ahead in the far distance you can actually see the estate track. So I've still got a little bit further to push, but at the end, well, I say the end in sight, hopefully it'll be a lot easier underfoot once we get onto that track, because this has been a struggle. Slowly but surely making my way along the track. Fortunately I'm onto this almost like a stone path now. Far easier to cross than what I've been on. So I will be able to make up some time, but we're looking at now, it's going on just after 3 o'clock. And yeah, still deep with snow at certain sections coming along here. You can see me trudging through it. Oh, yeah, so the decision I made not to do the last Munro, without a doubt, was a wise decision to make. Old saying is, I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. I knew it was a possibility that I might not get the third one done, but I did want to push the boundaries and see what I was capable of in these sort of weather conditions, and well, got my answer. So we're going to make our way back to the car park. Eventually we'll all go into a wider estate track and we'll wrap things up. So we're coming to the end of the trail. We're just coming up towards the the shooting hut where we've seen earlier when we started off. As you can see, the lighting conditions are starting to fail, as you expect at this time. It's just going after 4 o'clock, so it won't be much longer until there's no light and the torch will need to be coming on. So today, I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to get the 3 Munros for you and do the full trail. As I said, I certainly did set myself a high bar, and unfortunately on this occasion I've not been able to do it. But it has been enjoyable, even though it's been utterly taxing. So if you've liked what you've seen, have any questions about what I've actually done, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. You could leave a like, and even better still, you could hit that old subscribe button. That would be tremendous. Anyway, until our next trek, stay safe out there, enjoy your own adventures.